Guess the little monkey's too stupid to know her daddy's gone. Sergeant Rick Coyle sneered, his boot grinding into the dirt beside Marcus Freeman's lifeless body. The Mississippi sign burned down like judgment, glinting off badges that once promised protection, but now reek of cruelty. 9-year-old Ayanna stood frozen, her small hands trembling as the men who murdered her father laughed and turned away. They thought it was finished, just another report to rewrite, another lie to bury. But when she lifted his pistol and screamed, "Why did you kill my daddy?" the world shifted. Minutes later, black SUVs rolled in and 13 of her father's Navy SEAL brothers surrounded the killers, armed not just with weapons, but with truth. Before we go any further, comment where in the world you are watching from and make sure to subscribe because tomorrow's story is one you don't want to miss. Morning sun cuts through the mist over Hollow Creek, Mississippi. The light filters through the old oak trees lining Main Street, casting dappled shadows on Marcus Freeman's blue pickup as it rumbles down the road. The truck's engine purrs smoothly, a testament to the skilled mechanic's careful maintenance. 9-year-old Ayanna sits in the passenger seat, her backpack clutched tight against her chest. Her dark eyes shine with admiration as she watches her father's strong hands on the steering wheel. The morning drive to school has always been their special time together. "Daddy," Ayanna says, fiddling with the zipper of her backpack, "we got this new project at school yesterday. It's about heroes." Marcus glances at her with a gentle smile. "That right? Who'd you pick to write about? Martin Luther King? Rosa Parks?" Ayanna shakes her head, her braids swaying. "No, Daddy, I picked you." Her voice carries pure conviction. Marcus's hands tighten slightly on the wheel, emotion flickering across his face. "Me, baby girl? I'm just a mechanic." "You're not just anything," Ayanna insists. "You fought for our country. You help everybody in town, even mean old Wilson when his car breaks down. And you always stand up for what's right." She pulls out a slightly crumpled paper from her backpack. "See, I already started writing it." Marcus blinks hard, clearly moved. "Well, now let me hear some of that." "My hero is my daddy, Marcus Freeman," Ayanna reads proudly. "He served in the Navy and now he fixes cars. But that's not why he's my hero. He's my hero because—" The sharp flash of red and blue lights in the rearview mirror cuts her off. Marcus's expression shifts instantly, joy replaced by a carefully controlled tension. He lets out a slow breath and eases the truck to the curb. "Put that away now, baby," he says quietly. "Remember what we talked about." Ayanna nods, her small face suddenly serious. Hands where they can see them. No sudden moves. "Yes, sir," or "No, sir." "That's right." Marcus's voice is steady, but his jaw clenches as two officers approach the truck. Through the side mirror, Ayanna watches Sergeant Rick Coyle swagger toward them, his hand already resting on his holstered weapon. Officer Dunn follows behind, younger and visibly nervous. "License and registration." Coyle drawls, leaning into Marcus's window. His breath smells of coffee and tobacco. "Got a broken tail light?" "No, sir, I don't," Marcus replies calmly, reaching slowly for his phone. "I checked all my lights this morning. I'd like to record this interaction if you don't mind." Coyle's face hardens. "Think you know better than me, boy?" The slur drips with contempt. "No, sir," Marcus says, phone now recording in his hand. "Just exercising my rights as a citizen. My registration is in the glove compartment." Ayanna sits perfectly still, her heart pounding. She's seen this before, the way some officers look at her father like he's already guilty of something. But her daddy taught her to be brave, to hold her head high. "Rights," Coyle spits the word. "Getting mighty uppity for a mechanic. Think being a veteran makes you special?" His hand tightens on his weapon. "Sir," Marcus keeps his voice level. "I'm reaching for my registration now, moving slow." He starts to lean toward the glove compartment. Officer Dunn suddenly tenses. "Gun!" he shouts, drawing his weapon. Time seems to slow. Ayanna sees her father's eyes widen in disbelief. "No," he starts to say. 3 shots crack the morning air like thunder. Marcus jerks violently, red blooming across his chest. His phone clatters to the pavement as he slumps forward, then sideways, falling out of the truck onto the street. Daddy! Ayana's scream tears through her throat. She scrambles across the seat, dropping to her knees beside him. Blood soaks into her school clothes, but she doesn't care. Daddy, wake up! Please wake up! He reached, Coyle mutters, holstering his weapon. His face shows no remorse, only annoyance, like swatting an insect. Officer Dunn turns away, his young face pale and shaken. His hands tremble as he reaches for his radio. Ayana cradles her father's head in her lap, tears streaming down her face. The hero essay falls from the truck, landing in a puddle of blood. The ink runs, smearing her careful words about courage and doing what's right. Morning traffic slows to a crawl as people strain to see. Some pull out phones to record, others hurry past, eyes averted from the tragedy unfolding on their quiet street. The sun continues to rise over Hollow Creek, indifferent to the life it just lost. The midday sun beats down on Hollow Creek's main street, a now maze of yellow crime scene tape and flashing lights. Police cruisers form a barrier around Marcus Freeman's blue pickup, still standing where he took his last breath. Evidence markers dot the ground like tiny yellow graves, numbered pieces of plastic that can't begin to tell the real story. Ayana sits in the back of an ambulance, an orange shock blanket draped over her blood-stained clothes. Her eyes haven't left the spot where her father fell. EMTs hover nearby, exchanging worried glances, but she hasn't spoken a word since they pulled her away from Marcus's body. Sources say the suspect was armed, a reporter's voice carries from beyond the tape. Police recovered what appears to be, "That's a lie," someone shouts from the growing crowd. Marcus Freeman never carried. He was a good man. Sergeant Coyle stands with the police chief, gesturing emphatically, clear self-defense. He was reaching under the seat. We had no choice. His voice carries just enough for Ayana to hear, each word landing like another bullet in her chest. Officer Dunn sits in his cruiser, head in his hands. He's already changed his shirt, but there's still blood on his shoes. More news vans arrive, their satellite dishes reaching toward the sky like metal trees. Reporters jostle for position, cameras pointed at the scene, while anchors practice their concerned expressions. Live from Hollow Creek, Mississippi, where an officer involved shooting, the EMTs turn to answer a detective's questions. In that moment, Ayana slides off the ambulance step. Her feet move silently across the pavement. Her daddy taught her to walk quietly when they went fishing together. The memory sends fresh tears down her cheeks. She ducks under the yellow tape while everyone's distracted by a shouting match between protesters and police. The truck's shadow welcomes her like an old friend. The driver's door still hangs open, and dried blood marks the seat where her father sat. Her small hands shake as she picks up his phone from the floorboard. The screen is cracked but still recording, the video runtime showing over an hour. She presses stop and clutches it close. Something pulls her toward the trunk. She remembers watching her father load his gym bag there yesterday, and with it, his service pistol. He always kept it locked up at home, but he'd been planning to take it to the gunsmith for cleaning. The trunk key is on the same ring as the ignition key, still hanging there. It takes all her strength to turn it, but the trunk pops open with a familiar creak. The black gun lies wrapped in a cloth exactly where she'd glimpsed it yesterday. It feels heavy and cold in her hands. Her father taught her never to touch it, but her father's dead now, and all the rules died with him. Voices rise in alarm. The girl! Where's the girl? Someone check the perimeter. Ayana steps out from behind the truck, gun pointed down, tears streaming. The first person to spot her screams. Officers spin around, hands flying to their weapons. Drop the gun, someone shouts, but Ayana's eyes lock onto Sergeant Coyle. She raises the gun with both hands, just like she's seen in movies. Her arms shake, but her voice rings out clear and broken across the suddenly silent street. Why did you kill my daddy? The world seems to stop. Phones record, cameras swivel, officers draw weapons, but hesitate. No one wants to be the one who shoots a 9-year-old girl on live television. Put it down, kid, Coyle calls out, his usual swagger cracking slightly. He didn't do anything wrong, Ayana shouts. You killed him. You lied. Movement on nearby rooftops catches her eye. Men in tactical gear taking position. Her father told her about snipers, how they can end a fight before it begins. More police cars screech onto the scene. The crowd swells, phones raised high to capture every moment. Social media explodes with live streams and hashtags. Ayanna Freeman trends worldwide within minutes. Please, sweetheart, a female officer tries. Just put the gun down. We can talk about this. Talk? Ayanna's voice cracks. Like my daddy tried to talk? He was nice to you. He was always nice, even when you weren't nice back. The standoff stretches into minutes, then half an hour. The sun climbs higher. Sweat rolls down faces. Fingers stay tight on triggers. News helicopters circle overhead. Politicians release statements. Pundits debate on live TV. But on Main Street, a little girl holds her ground, her father's blood still drying on her shoes. 45 minutes in,